Yes, welcome back, everybody. You are still tuned into EKSE, your biggest, your favorite youth show in the motherland. You guys can keep contacting us on our social media platforms. Please use the hashtag, the one you see on the screen right now. Also tag us on Twitter, EKSE_live. Find us on Facebook, EKSE on Cape Town TV.
Yes, you can dial us on 021-448-0448 or can use email exe@capetowntv.org. We bring you everything educational, informational, as well as entertaining. Joining us via Skype with Daniel from CESO is going to be telling us about a blockchain, noba bayisebenzisa kanjani kwi-company yabo, and they're talking property as well.
As well as cryptocurrency. And a lot of people are saying that this is the future, cryptocurrency that is. So I'm interested in find out how that links to the property business that they busy developing, as well as learn more about the blockchain technology.
It's something so foreign to me, so today is very interesting, so I'm going to learn something new. So gather along, everybody. It's time for us to get educated. Welcome, Daniel, on the show, and thank you for joining us.
Hi, thanks so much for having me. It's a pleasure to be here.
What is CESO and what do you guys work with? What's your mission and vision?
Yes, so CESO is a technology company. Our main aim is to provide a secure property transaction portal. So we're a website you can go to find properties, and we say we're a one-stop shop for property transactions. And so our main aim is to provide people with property-related services using the blockchain technology, which makes sure that we save and store and have an immutable, unchangeable record of all the transactions that have happened on the platform. So it's really to digitize property transactions.
That's very interesting. I want to find out how that idea came about. What is it that you saw maybe was a gap in the market that you guys decided that you want to go this route?
Yes, definitely. So I'm from the US. I previously worked in Accra, Ghana, and the original project was how we could work to, around Ghana, South Africa, to register title deeds. So what we found is that there's many title deeds through government housing, through informal housing that actually are able to be registered, but oftentimes we just don't know the correct documentation that are needed. And oftentimes what happens is that you might do a surveying effort and find out all you need is one document to do your title deed, but by the time you get it, you've lost the other documents that have been collected. So what we're building, what we saw the opportunity is to create a transaction platform that can record all these documents in a safe, secure, unhackable way, empower people to own their own documents, have their own documents for their property registered, and have them understand the process that needs to take to do registration. Because once people, we found, know what documents they have, what documents they don't have, what they need, and what's the process, they could use the CESO platform as support to go through the full verification and registration process. So it's really to help empower people. What we found is a technology platform to manage your documents, to manage your transactions, and give you kind of an update on what you need to do your final registration.
Yeah. So earlier I mentioned cryptocurrency and how people feel like it's the future. For the people that are watching at home right now who are not knowledgeable as far as that is concerned, what would you say cryptocurrency is, and how does it link with CESO, your company?
Exactly. So cryptocurrency is a new type of digital money. And the key thing about cryptocurrency, how can we trust it, is that it uses the same blockchain technology. And the blockchain is a new type of database. And the important thing to know about blockchain, if you want to know anything from the session, is that the blockchain guarantees that any record that's put onto this database can never be changed. So that's really important when it comes to currencies, that if we're using a cryptocurrency, I know that if I send a cryptocurrency to you, we can always track and make sure that that transaction happened and go back to the database and verify it. So what we're doing is, so we really are going to see a lot more technologies start using the blockchain, whether it be cryptocurrencies or whether it be property. The key thing for anything using the blockchain is that you cannot change the transaction. So you can never go back in the time and change the database. You can't take money out of people's accounts. Any transaction that has happened is secure and can never be changed. So it gives people trust that, so that the comparison can be that if I have one Bitcoin or I have my title record, my title deed on the blockchain, I know that these can never be taken from me and will always be secure. So I definitely believe it's the future. We're going to systems that can be trusted, databases that cannot be hacked. And one way that we see cryptocurrencies even to be used in the title deed project, we can even imagine in the future where there are either, tokens, coins that represent your title deed, where it's secure, it's digital. I don't have to have a physical piece of paper. I have my title deed as a token that can easily be tradable, can always be found. Another example is that if we trust the property secure, we can potentially make tokens or cryptocurrency that represent an ownership of a property. So maybe I can buy one token that represents 10 Rand worth of a property. So it's going to allow us to trust assets. It's going to allow us to hold digital assets, digital currencies that, again, we know cannot be hacked, that cannot be stolen. So the really aim of blockchain and digital currencies is to empower people to be able to securely hold their own money, their own assets, such as the title deed or the property. So we're very excited to see how the future evolves in this space. And I think anyone who's watching should read more and research and see how that can potentially impact their life as well.
Traditionally, when Daniel, you go to the bank and you ask for a loan so that you can purchase a house, and they usually check your salary bracket so that they let you know that you qualify or you're not qualified. Now, I want to find out who qualifies to be your client. How many Bitcoins must I have, and stuff like that.
Okay, so again, we don't use cryptocurrencies ourselves. We use the database, the technology, the same. So anyone can register with CESO. Right now we work in Khayelitsha in Cape Town. Outside Cape Town, we'll be plans to expand. And the main aim is for anyone who wants to digitally store their documents. If you want to be sure that your document has a digital, stored on a digital database and can be secured, you can go and go on to CESO, especially in our pilot areas, and register with us. Our aim is to empower people, whether it's in the smallest bracket to the top, because we're moving into a world where all assets and documents are going digital. And so land registry and land title deeds should also be going digital. And people should, make the effort to register their documents and take ownership of their own documents in digital format. When it comes to cryptocurrencies, there's no limit. Anyone can go online through a Bitcoin exchange. I would encourage you to do more research on the best exchanges. But you can then convert your rands into Bitcoin, starting as small as possible. So you don't have to own a whole cryptocurrency, a whole Bitcoin. You can own a part of one. You can own 10 Rand worth of one, 5 Rand worth of one. The whole aim of all of these technology, Bitcoin, digital title deeds, and the blockchain is around moving assets to digitally. And so the thing about how it would work differently, that if someone robbed the bank, your money is sitting in the bank, or the bank misappropriated the money could be lost. But if you have your money in a digital currency, as long as you know your keys, your private keys, which is kind of your password into the system, no one can come and take it from you. So it's really the aim of these technologies are to empower people to own their own data and own their own assets, not giving it to, say, a custodian, such as a bank. And it could be, but this are also technologies that the bank could use to make themselves more transparent and ensure people that their money cannot, be taken out of the account.
It's interesting that you mentioned that we are moving into a digital world, right? You being from the USA and here doing work here in South Africa, as well as Ghana and Nigeria. These are developing countries, so our technology is not as advanced as it is in the USA. And you mentioned that you're doing some work in Khayelitsha. How is that so? Do you feel like it's a viable business in a third world country, given that in Khayelitsha, for one, some houses and areas don't have electricity, let alone internet. So do you think maybe DESO is a viable business in a developing country? And how is that working for you guys so far?
Yes, definitely. Great question. I actually think the opportunity is much greater, here across across Africa, than say the U.S. and more developed countries. And I think the opportunity that everyone should look at is the opportunity to leapfrog. And many technologies are now very slow to implement in the U.S. We have a lot of regulations, a lot of rules, a lot of protection of the past companies, from the previous generation. So we really see that the opportunity for, technology to leapfrog and really new solutions that come here that can have big impact, big opportunity. And I think the main difference we'll have to look at, if we look at the Khayelitsha example, is that we just want to support training and accessibility. So with our partner, 71.4, who set up what's called the Transaction Support Center in Khayelitsha. So it's a physical center where people can come and register their property documents onto the blockchain, onto the platform. So there's a physical center that's now training people, that's now encouraging people. There's locally employed, surveyors and youth who are now, being empowered by the technology to, create, job opportunities by using the database to go out and collect more information, to add their own services, using the technology. So we feel that, this could actually have a much bigger impact by giving people the opportunity, by training people and giving them, new job opportunities and skills through the technology system. And and to increase in investment, because people might have jobs and businesses there, that by putting them online, by registering their interests, there can be access into this new source of digital capital.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is Daniel Bloch, CEO EKSE. So Daniel, if people want to get in touch with you, how do they get hold of you via virtual?
Yes, so you can go onto the CESO website, seso.global. You can reach out to me on Twitter at blockchain, BLOCHCHAIN, and can email us at info@seso.global. And so if anyone would like to chat or get more information, feel free to reach out. Thank you.
If you missed any of this information, you can catch it live tomorrow. Go YouTube, go EKSE on Cape Town TV. Otherwise, catch the repeat between 7 and 8 in the morning. Right now, it's time for us to take a quick break. There's more of EKSE when we return.